You've probably been skipping the best AI research tool you've never heard of. It's called Videmak, and it might replace your entire research process. Before Videmak, starting a new research project felt like spinning my wheels, digging through irrelevant papers, outdated PDFs, and broken links. I needed a system that was fast, credible, and built for how academic work actually flows. Unlike general purpose tools like Gemini, ChatGPT, or Perplexity, Videmak is specifically designed for academic research. It understands citations, structure, and the kind of questions researchers actually ask. Here we are in Videmak's dashboard. Now, right away, you might feel a little bit overwhelmed. There's a lot of different tools. But today, I want to keep things simple and share with you my AI workflow for developing a research paper. Here's the first step in my workflow. I'm trying to get a clear picture of what's already out there, what's been studied, what's the gap, what languages researchers using. Now I'll start with Videmak's AI literature search engine, which helps me map the terrain before I waste time chasing dead ends. Here's the tool over here, AI literature search engine. So here we are, very simple. The first thing is, what would you like me to research? So in this case, I'm going to research how do AI assistants impact student critical thinking in higher education? The next is, what type of report would you like me to generate? So here I get to choose from a short summary, which takes about 2 minutes, detailed, in-depth, longer report. So if you are already deep into your lit review, I would highly recommend going with a detailed, in-depth report, or you can also just a simple resource report. But I'm starting with a short summary so I can get a bird's eye view to make things simple. I'll click on summary. The next is, in what tone would you like the report to be written? So in this, you have many different tones here: objective, formal, analytical, persuasive, and so on, depending on the output you're looking for. But for today, I'm just going to stick with formal. And then you have the option of what sources would you like me to research from. You have two choices. You have the web and then also my documents. But for now, we're going to stick with the web. I'm going to click research. Like many other AI tools, Videmak is going to show me the steps that it's taking, what it's doing in the background while it's generating this report. All right, so now I have a fully summarized research report, and this will help me get started on my research. It'll be a great way to help me better understand my topic before I continue. So as you can see I have some blue links here. These will take me to the actual sources that the AI used to create the report. And then down the bottom, it creates a reference list. And then finally, I can download this as a docs and save it with my other research. So now what I need solid sources to back all this up. This is where Search Panda shines. So think of it as Google, but optimized for research. Let's come over to Search Panda. So very, very simple. So right away, I'm going to add in my search query again. How do AI writing assistants impact student critical thinking in higher education? Now I have the choice of when I want to search. For example, past 24 hours, past week, past month, past year. AI is a pretty changing topic, so I will stick with past year. Now I'll click on search. And right away, I get a list of sources ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose 3 sources. So I want to come down here and take a look. We have, these are medical sources, no good for me. How generative artificial intelligence impacts students. Okay, I like this one. I'll check this one. Stat and effect, no. How disruptive AI students' academic writing? Yes, in higher education. That's a good one. No, not with that one. Impact on critical thinking and writing skill. Perfect. Now that I have 3 articles chosen, now I need to do something with them. So what would I like to know about these articles? Do I want to compare them? Do I want to summarize them? This is where this search query comes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the views across these articles on AI tools and critical thinking. So over here, I have another option to choose the model that I would like to use. Gemini Flash, Gemini Pro, GPT-4o, O1 Mini, and O1. So we know that we're now using O3, so I'm guessing they'll update this in the near future. But for now, let's just use GPT-4o, one I usually use all the time, and I'll click Generate Report. So here's our report. Now, this step is where the magic happens, but it's also where you have to be responsible. I never copy these reports word for word. Instead, I use them to identify patterns, structure my own argument, and speed up my synthesis process. So this one step alone saves me hours and gives me a focused research angle I can build on in the next tool. So in this report, you have a couple of options. So I can, first of all, I can download this. I can download this as a PDF, a Word doc, or just as plain text. And I have the option to save to Brain. So when I click on Save to Brain, if I come up here to my View Knowledge Base, here is my article saved. Click on this article at any time, and then I can view the article once again later on. Now that I've got real sources and a general direction, it's time to get laser focused. The AI Article Wizard is where I turn research noise into structure. Let me walk you through exactly how that works step by step. Okay, here we are. So we have 3 steps. We're going to get ideas, we're going to create an outline, and then we're going to create talking points. First of all, I'm going to enter in my topic again. How do writing assistants impact critical thinking in higher education? Now, the number of different topics, I'm going to keep this at 3. Maximum words, so how many words per each topic. We don't want this to be too high, so we'll keep this at 20. Keywords. Now, you have 2 choices. You can copy and paste up to 1,000 keywords here, or you can get the AI to generate the keywords for you. Normally, what I would do is I would go into ChatGPT, maybe even Perplexity, Google Trends. I would find all the relevant keywords, and then I would copy and paste them here. But for this demo, let's generate the keywords. All right, so I can choose manually select each one that I want, or I can just click select all, and they will be populated in the search bar. Next, we want to generate ideas, so we'll click generate. Here we go, we have 3 ideas. Now I'm going to pick one that I want to use. So we have AI technology role in shaping critical thinking skills for students, enhancing learning skills, the impact of AI writing assistants. So I'm going to go with this one, the impact of AI writing assistants. I'm going to click next. So now the next step is to generate outlines. So here we have our title still there, our keywords, and the number of outlines. So how many outlines we want. Here we're going to stick with 3. You could do several more if you'd like, but for now I'm just going to stick with 3. And then how many subtitles per each outline. So we'll click that, keep that at 5. Alrighty, so now we have 3 different outlines. So we can just go through these carefully and choose the one that best fits our research. So in this case, we'll go with the second one, and then I'll click the next step. And now here we are at the talking points. I have my article outline. Now I can click on this icon here and I can rearrange these. I can delete them. I can manually add more. All right, so now what we're looking for is what do I want to talk about in each topic? So here are the number of talking points per outline. I can add more. Here's 2, that's fine. And then again, maximum talking points words is 10. I think it's 10. Again, I want to keep this short because I don't want to be reading all day. So I'm going to click on Generate Talking Points. Now I have the talking points already. Now, honestly, this is where I usually stop. I can copy this. I can put this into a Google Doc, and I can start to write out my opinions based on my research. Now, there's one more step, and this is the part people get excited about, but maybe a little nervous. Yes, Videmak can generate a full article based on everything you just did. So you come down to the bottom here, you click on Next Step, and now what's happening is Videmak is going to generate a full, well-written article. But let me be honest, I don't use this as a finished product, and I don't think you should either. That would short-circuit your learning. Instead, I treat it like a rough draft or a peer brainstorm. It helps me find better phrasing, spot gaps in logic, and shape my own ideas faster. So if you're stuck starting from a blank page, this tool gives you a framework you can trust and the freedom to make it your own. The Article Wizard is where I shape a research question that actually works. It helps me move from a vague topic to a publishable angle fast. Here's how I start every academic research project now. Orientation with AI literature search to build context, collection with Search Panda to grab legit sources, and finally, focus with Article Wizard to sharpen the question. This isn't just a better system, it's a 10 times faster one. I saved hours, skipped the rabbit holes, and now I have real research I can build on. In the next video, I'm taking you deeper. I'll show you how I organize and interact with these sources using Videmak's deep research and AI paper chat tools. We'll move from found it to understood it. And if you want to go from scattered PDFs to publishable insights, subscribe now because this series is just getting started.